semua, kembali lagi. Here I am, here my face. I'm Frijau, you can call me Frijau. So my real name is Imawan if you like. If you want to know. So this episode, I'm gonna continue playing the blue quest. I think this blue quest will be the ropest, yeah? I haven't tried it yet. Well, let's start it with my main class now. Samurai. The hunt for specimens. Diminutive gleaner is on the lookout for an able-bodied adventurer. Do my ask this with me, or are you free, yo? I am. Well, as I live and breathe, it is you. Ha! I knew I'd be the first to track you down. Who is the Guild Ship's top hunter now, eh? Wait, you have heard of Guild Ship hunts, yes? Ship hunts? Oh, more like a leaf, yes. They are not so different from the hunts you're familiar with in Eorzea. As I understand it, they are rather more challenging, but an adventurer of your caliber will never turn down a challenge, will you? Oh, handboard, like in Shadowbringer. No, you will not, for I speak with Nordota. At the peristyle to register your interest at your earliest convenience. Aye. Yep. Site name will share handboard. Hi, I'm Nordota. Have you come to place a bounty on an unruly beast? By the scholar, you are free. I was half convinced, I said the others. An impossible task, asking them to find you. The Gleaner's wheel ship has begun posting handbills, you see, in the hopes that capable individuals will take up arms to lighten our ever-increasing load. Unfortunately, capable individuals remain the sticking point. Few hailing from our fair police are willing to take up arms, that will not be able to stand against the more fearsome specimens. You, however, have the experience and the grit that we need. When I heard that you had arrived on our shores, it was music to my ears. You didn't work for free, of course. We've done our research, and the reward we offer are as fine as any you will find abroad. The currency we employ is a relic of times when Gleaner was a great deal less figurative, so you may find it somewhat eccentric, but it's as good as Gilly here. Speaking of eccentric, it should be noted that the majority of our clients are scholars. You probably won't have heard of all because they say any of them, but I find it best not to worry about that too much. Slavies, for example, try not to think about the long-term effects of touching inside samples and get paid. Simple, no? That being said, I wouldn't dream of throwing you in the deep end just yet. Let's have you start off with some junior marks so you can get your feet wet. Okay. So this will be long. To exchange some of our exclusive items. Tahan. New quest and social media. Let's see. Wheel ship. 104,000 XP per skill. Times 5 will be equal to like 650 more or less. Will be like equals more or less like 1.5% of total XP. That is low. Let's see what it says. Over. Oh, this will go. So. Oh, it has sack of nuts like in Shadow Bringers in this company. But yeah, of course, that's important. Probably will be like music, that will be good. But I have cats, I want cats. 300. Well, we'll do it later when I'm ready. Let's continue on the next request. Where is it? At the last time, alisae appears in desperate need of sleep. Yeah, me too. Ready for the tea break free? I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around for a bit. You know the last time that in the harbor, did you? Yeah, I just come there. I just come from there. Come and meet me near the outside tables and I'll treat you to the coffee. It's quite good. My favorite cafe, by the way. I think create cafe like that will be good this day. Hope I have the so far I see, however, how very Sakayan that no other government cafe has broke up to compete for customers. But this is actually this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and go the north of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Toloforoi. We may even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Excuse the interruption, but we were hoping you might share your thoughts on the Toloforoi, and there are considerable plans. My goodness, if it isn't the young Miss Leveille. My apologies, but I work in the office of the forum, and if for rich must have fortune that I was helping you. I see, we are sorry to have bothered you. What it is? Can man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking to share the table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere. You misunderstand, sir. We were simply wondering if you knew of Thunder Ferrari. These enemies of peace have promised an end to our behold here, and you're that house level, aren't you? And this man with you is obviously a friend. I heard you were disowned for outsiders indulge. They are barbaric whims, and here you are giving truth to the rumor. I'll thank you to let me be. I have not decided to the likes of you. Well, I must apologize. It was foolish of me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Come, free. These people, so high and mighty. Service person welcome, sir. What can I offer you today? Wait, is that Mistress Alisae I see there? My word, how long has it been? Far too long. Meet Deacon, the owner of the last stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion, in between lessons at the studio. That seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that you and Mas Alvin had set sail for Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately there's been a gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything alright at home? No, it's complicated. And I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is house Leveler. No matter how discreet Master Functional may have been, news of your family's doings never stay secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now, of all times? We have questions and all these alliances now. Tell me, Master Deacon, have you heard anything about the apocalypse called the final days? What? Like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And that's what you are here to find information on this apocalypse. You're asking to the cafeteria? Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. I wish there was more I could do to help. Maybe there is. You are a visitor to Salayan, aren't you? Yep, I am. Then few will know your face. We shall be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. That's smart. We just finished preparing for a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you are sitting down with food, and you might just get the answer you are looking for. Not a bad idea. I have to ask, but what do you think? Hey, that's a great idea, Sase. That's the spirit. Pay attention now, and I'll explain where each of these dishes needs to go. The tea set is for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. The omelette is for one of our regulars, a Highlander by the name of Gisla. She is sitting at an outside table with a friend of hers. Behind them you shall see a big gentleman. He ordered the oven-baked lobster. Got all that? If you're not sure, I'll just ask and I'll explain again. Good luck. Hold on, I'm sorry. Oh, yes. Well, you guys won't see it. I'm not even. Oh wait, you're in it. Yeah, right. Yep. Herman Chat. Easy. See you again, Deacon. Tea set goes to the group by the water. The omelette goes for Isla. Mikote. Oke, ini tea set. What kind of service person use? Katana. Oh my God, nothing, thank you. You're welcome. Enjoy. Food? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them or their families. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to card defense. Now, if you want to hear about the ritual and practices of the 6 ancestral era, common or esoteric, then I'll be happy to talk you on here. Well, that's an interesting topic, everyone. Isla is omelette, yes. Finally, 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in. No time to waste. What? The delivery? Yes, I remember seeing the name in the latest gazette. That and some grand claim about the end of the days. Some old senseless warmongering and will these fools grow tired of spinning each other's blood. Remember? Oh, it's us. It's your turn. Stay out of it, I say. The forum made the right choice and I fully support our decision to remain neutral. Well, we're not bisa to attack, maybe bisa to attack us. What the hell? Of course the lobster. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I screamed and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. Well, I bet lobster never be cheap for this day. The final days, this is the first I've heard of it. Although the Wally spoke, my friend has been rushed off his feet. It must be a busy time to be a gleaner. You don't know what a gleaner is? They are collectors of a sort. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't got in here in Chalayan. Priceless books, unusual life specimens, and so forth. So then, for those folk who trail after the reapers in the field, picking up every grain which was missed, by all accounts, gleaning is a most meticulous and demanding profession. Here the Stalephoroi makes good on their ambitious threats, then many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the cleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbor and you'll see what I mean. They are carting loads in from the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before, not like this. So cleaner is like a connector for travel the world procuring things that we haven't got here in Japan. Oh, a collector of relics. Any trouble with the customers? Interesting. Aware of the final days, aside from whatever fake news the gazettes are printing, your Deacon had nothing to do, and is the best source of gossip in the city. If the forum does have secret knowledge, then they have done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers it in wrong here. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, the cup of coffee, I promise. Let's enjoy our drinks somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the pedestal, away from the gossip and the awakening tongues. Yes, let's drink coffee. I love coffee.
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant. Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Charlie? Graham said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been, how being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
What's this?
They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos. A vast complex beneath the island. Charlian is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples.
Oh, this must be where Ratia saying his line in the trailer.
Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility. Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat.
Curious. Home?
Wait! Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners
Yes.
coming and going more than usual?
Yeah.
Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the Forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
You got that right? That's it. Okay, that's the end of this episode. See ya guys at the next episode.